What was your first musical memory?
So my first musical memory was dropping a needle on the Beatles record, my brother's Beatles records. When I basically got into the Beatles, they were almost over by that time, by the time I was old enough to start playing. But I would just listen, just drop the needles and listen to the records. And I, before I even had a drum set, I just sat down and listened to the music and learned every verse and learned every lyric and let it all just, sink into me, into my insides, and learn music that way. I'd gotten into, playing drum set just by listening to the Beatles. And then I also mentioned to you, I vividly remember the day that I went from Ringo to I think Jabbo, and probably Jabbo, in one day. I had heard music on the radio and in my neighborhood, etc. And I got on my bike and went down to the record store. I got my first James Brown 8-track Hot Pants, and I popped it in, and it just kept going and going and going and going. So I'm very happy I grew up, being a little boy at the time that I was, because the 60s, 70s music was great. Late 60s, mostly 70s music was great.
So you went from Tomorrow Never Knows to Hot Pants in like
Absolutely.
30 minutes.
Dude. Yeah.